I also spoke with some refugees, Ukrainian artists here, and they told me that, yeah, we didn't like Zelensky that much, we didn't like this, what he did, but now we're all together, and it's like crazy what Putin did to the whole Ukrainian country, like really unite everybody, and it's like super, I think it's really very important.
War in Ukraine still goes on, causing devastating consequences to my country. Many people are found dead, many of them had to flee from Ukraine, exactly more than 4 million people, so do I, and I ended up living in Austria now. Hello, my name is Karina and I work as a journalist for Korea now, and I try to inform Ukrainian refugees with the information and main tips they need to know about living in Austria, registration and so on. But also I'm looking for the people who are directly or not directly involved in this situation, and also I met 3 people who were born in Russia and now they live in Vienna to talk about how they feel, what led to this conflict and actually how this can be resolved. First, I met a Russian who has been living in Vienna for the last 10 years to ask how the life is going since the war started. He preferred to stay anonymous.
I had some problems with my bank account and some legal things, but I were able to fix that quickly, so it's fine. It's the same as it was on an operational level, of course, not mentally. None of that what they're saying, for example, in Russia, that it was provoked by NATO or Russia had to strike first to defend itself. I think it's bullshit. Like, you started the war, and if you didn't, there would be no war. It's that simple. Nobody really expected anything like this to happen, but every time something happens, it's kind of allowed the situation to go even further. Nobody thought that he can really change the constitution, for example, or that he could annex Crimea or start the war in Donbas area or whatever. And then next step after the other, and we come to this point. So I think that nobody expected this to turn into the full-scale war it is. I'm pretty sure they were expecting a quick win like in Crimea in 2014.
It's Irina, she is an art student in Vienna. I decided to ask her whether there is support of the Russian president from the point of view of Russian citizen, whether there are any alternatives for the change of the government.
Ну, официальные, да, со стороны государства соцопросы показывают, что большая часть людей, да, поддерживает этот режим, но я не думаю, что на самом деле цифры такие. Плюс, может быть, кто-то не то что не поддерживает, но просто равнодушен, да. Политика меня не касается, я вне политики, это известная фраза. Ну, как бы в моем окружении, да, и вот то, что я вижу в своем поле зрения, поддержки нет. Ты имеешь в виду те, которые смотрят телевизор, те, которые боятся выходить на митинги? Ну, тут, я считаю, не мнение, да, их останавливает, а непредсказуемость реакции, да, росгвардейцев. Ты не знаешь, когда тебя схватят, что с тобой сделают, а что с тобой будет потом на допросе. Ну, это... У них нет стоп-крана, у них нет стоп-сигнала. Это реальная опасность. Это как на войне, только без ракет и без вооружения у нас на митингах.
А если смена власти, есть ли вообще кем-то заменить?
Этого я, к сожалению, не знаю. Ну, то есть, нет, у меня перед глазами нет альтернативы.
Let's meet Olga. She is a student in Vienna. Moreover, I wanted to know if Russian people are brave enough to go to protest as Ukrainians do.
I can see that really a lot of people support these aggressions toward Ukraine, and actually that was the reason why I moved from Russia to Vienna, because I just knew that, or I felt that nothing can be changed, because really a lot of people, whether they don't want to participate in rallies or demonstrations, or they're waiting when it's going to be like million people outside, and they say, okay, I'm waiting when it's going to be million, and then I'm going to join them. And I'm saying, yeah, but you have to start from yourself, actually. When I just realized that I can't do anything, I even wanted to be district deputies to do some kind of really political work. And then I realized, okay, people don't go for election, they don't go and vote, they don't need you. And they're really kind of in so-called comfortable zone, because if you are not into this opposition, you could live your life, kind of comfortable life. Now it's not like that, but I'm still not sure that it can change any opinions so far, but let's see. When it was Maidan, 2014, I visited it. Me and my two friends, we decided to go there to see what is real, because there was a lot of news, and we needed to see it ourselves, to speak with people and to understand, and maybe to do our own revolution, because there was even a kind of a meme, hey Russian, there could be your revolution there. And I spoke with a lot of people, and it was a lot of like middle-aged people, like 50, 40, and they were sitting there the whole night. And they told me like, yeah, we're really fed up with all what's going on in our country. We want to refresh it, we want something new. And I was really fascinated how everybody was into that. Then it started to be really kind of a little bit of nationalism in Ukraine, but I mean, I could understand that. I also spoke with some refugees, Ukrainian artists here, and they told me that, yeah, we didn't like Zelensky that much, we didn't like this, what he did, but now we're all together. And it's like crazy what Putin did to the whole Ukrainian country, like really unite everybody. Yeah. And it's like super, I think it's really very important thing.
I suppose he didn't expect that the Ukrainians can just be together and support each other, and now we're like collided together.
He should have gone to Maidan and saw that, otherwise he would never do that, because I think there's also a big difference between, I think, male, like Ukrainian men and Russian men. I think that Russian men are not so brave. I don't know, it's at least what I could see there, like, maybe I'm wrong, I don't know.
It's funny, like I look at the people speaking from the Ukrainian side, like President Zelensky, and other Alexei Arestovich and other speakers, and they all seem like humans, you know. They are, well, not all of them are very young, but like they seem energetic and human and like real. And then you look at Russian foreign minister or Russian president, and they seem like, you know, mummies from a horror movie or something. Even that, just from the terms of publicity, I think, tells you a lot about the sides of the conflict.
We're about more than a month into the war. I wanted to know what they think, how the war can end.
What they talk a lot about in like Russian and Ukrainian circles, I guess, is the so-called split of the elites. So like if there would be a coup to remove Putin from power or something like that. I mean, I guess that's an option always. But I also think very realistic scenario is like a complete economical collapse of Russia, when it's just the state cannot sustain itself or the war. But I also think there is some time before that can happen. So also, it's weird, like I really don't want that to happen, because that means suffering for a lot of people. But also, I kind of want that to happen, because that means stopping the suffering of many people. It's really no good way out of it, unfortunately, at this point, for Russia at least.
Some don't believe in a de-escalation coming soon.
I really don't believe in revolution in Russia, maybe in 1 year, but Europe's still buying gas. It's a lot of money, really a lot of money. And people used to live really under poverty in Russia, so for some people it will change something, but even checking my Instagram feed, I can see like a lot of people just don't give a fuck about that. They're like, oh yeah, okay, yeah, somewhere war, but let's go to the sea, or like, okay, I will not write about that. And for me it's like, okay. So I'm not sure that really, and I visited a lot of demonstrations in Russia, and just coming to demo or rally as you are doing here, it will not change absolutely anything, because you really need to be prepared, you need to have a plan, because otherwise you will be just arrested, you will have to pay a fine, and that's all, or go to prison. So.
After having talked to 3 people from Russia, I saw that even they feel a great sense of uncertainty of how the next weeks or even months will develop. I personally welcome the opportunity to talk to them about the war our countries are in. It showed me that it's important that we have to keep channels of communication between normal people of both sides open, so the pressure to end this conflict grows bigger and we can start going back to normality.